Hey everyone, welcome to the Game Week 16 preview video. As you can see, it's still Game Week 15. The final game just ended not too long ago, and I just shot the review video not too long ago as well. But with the quick turnaround, we're getting started right again with the preview video that will be released on probably tomorrow. It's Wednesday right now, so it'll probably be released on Thursday. We have games again for the new game week coming up on Saturday. But we're going to get into it, going to go over the squad. It's not exactly going to look how it's actually going to look because I can't move people around right now until the other game week ends, which is unfortunate. But I'll talk through what it's going to look like, what my probable transfer is going to be, and a new top five for this week on who to bring in. Some new names, a couple names that I've said already, but I think it'll be worth listening to. So we're going to start from the keeper again. As you can see, this isn't the actual team that they're going to be facing. This is still stuck from last week because it has not updated yet. But we're going to have Provedel in there. Is taking on Sassuolo. Probably not a great transfer clean sheet, but who knows? Sometimes these smaller teams can just pick up random clean sheets, and that's why you get them at a cheap price. So then you can put the rest of your money going forward. In defense, what we're probably going to be looking at, I have a lot of players facing some hard fixtures this week. It's going to be tough. I think it's going to look like Bonucci, Mario Rui, Karsdorp, and the transfer. And I believe I'm getting rid of Ibanez this week. Roma's fixtures now. The good fixture run is done. Got rid of Pellegrini last week. Looking to get rid of Ibanez this week. Going to keep Karsdorp over Ibanez because Karsdorp does play the winger role, does get forward a little more, better chance of attack returns, I think, than Ibanez. So getting rid of Ibanez this upcoming week looks like. And I'll talk about who's coming in towards the end. Despite his hat trick, will be sitting Pasalic this week likely. So Ibanez, Pasalic, and I'll probably keep Barella on the bench. Inter is playing Roma, so I don't see any guaranteed attacking returns there. So that's why I'm keeping Barella off. And Atalanta is playing Napoli. So again, another hard game. It worked out last time they faced Juventus. Atalanta only scored 1 goal, wasn't Pasalic. I'm kind of banking on something similar happening this week. And he's got 2 goals. Then he didn't get anything. 3 goals. Then he didn't get anything. Or I'm hoping he doesn't get anything. Not really that I'm hoping. I don't want him to do bad necessarily. I don't want to miss out on points though. But then after that, who we got? We got Hellas Verona after that. So another big haul after that. He's kind of got hard fixture, not hard fixture for a couple of weeks in a row following that pattern. But I'll be sitting him this week, probably in first bench position. Insigne will play against Atalanta. I can't sit him. Candreva, Sampdoria has a bit of a harder match against Lazio, but he's been super consistent lately, basically an attack and return every week for a little while. So I am going to play him, I think. It kind of is going to probably be between Candreva and Pasalic who gets to start. I think it'll be Candreva this upcoming week. And then, of course, I'm going with the Juve fixture against Genoa. I'm going to have Quadrado starting against them as well. We get up the strikers. Fiorentina plays Bologna, definitely starting Vlahovic. And I can't sit Lautaro right now. He's been doing so well again, despite being against against Roma. I still think that if he's starting, he's a good shout for possible points on penalties for Inter. So I think that I will be playing him. Captaincy might be a little challenging to decide this week. I do think I will be going with Vlahovic again. He's gotten a goal both times. He's never been my top scorer, but he seemed really consistent and reliable lately. So I do think that the captaincy will stay on Vlahovic. And I might put like a vice captaincy on like a Leao or something. Leao will be coming back into the squad. Cambiasso is probably going to get around the squad as well. Oh, shoot, no, I was thinking of a different team. I don't think Cambiasso. I don't know. I might end up with Pasalic or Barella, still taking a midfielder role and take a chance on one of them. I guess it looks like Genoa is facing Juve coming up, so I probably don't want Cambiasso on. Oh, no, it's Hisai that's coming in. Never mind. Because, yeah, I'll get to the transfer now. With Hisai coming in, he'll probably take the Roma defender spot. But yeah, Leao will be coming in. They're facing Salernitana to attack. So actually, it'll be between Vlahovic and Leao who gets the captaincy. I think Vlahovic, based on consistency, and he plays the high striker role, whereas Leao is more of a winger. But they are facing Salernitana. I do see more potential goals there, but they'll probably be coming from Ibra more likely than Leao. So let's go to the transfers. So Lazio is what I'm looking at right now. Their upcoming fixture run, they seem to be the new team that's in for fixtures. It's Sampdoria, Sassuolo, Genoa, Venezia, Empoli, and then it gets a little harder for them again. So a good 5 fixtures coming up that I can rely on a Lazio player for. So I am looking to bring one of them in. I really like my strikers right now. As much as I'd like to say I'm going to bring in Immobile because he just seems to score every game. I don't want to get rid of either of my more expensive strikers right now, and I don't have enough money to go from Leao to Immobile. So, and I also like my midfielder right now. I don't really want to get rid of any of them, so I'm going to fix the defense by adding a Lazio defender, which I believe is going to be Hisai. It probably would have been Patric if he didn't get a red card today. So I'm going to go with Hisai. Acerbi is more central, so that's why I'm not going with Acerbi. Hisai is a winger, potential to get forward more. So despite the 0.1 mil more expensive, I actually still save one when I go Ibanez to Hisai. And you know what? I'll just make that official. Oh, no, I can't do that officially until the game week officially ends. But that's kind of what it's going to look like. Hisai will come in and be part of this game week. And yeah, that's the transfer. As for a top 5 for this week on who to bring in, I'm going to stick a lot to Lazio because I do think that's the team to go for coming up. We do know that Fiorentina, Inter, and Juve still have good fixtures. Number 1 for this week to bring in, I'm going to say is Immobile. The guy scores every week. He's super expensive. I get that. But he's worth it. I had him for a long time. I don't have any regrets of having him on my team. I wouldn't have wanted to spend I think he was worth the money to keep there rather than put him to someone else. And again, 5 good fixtures coming up that you could captain every single one of those weeks if you really wanted to. So Immobile is my number 1 to bring in this week if you're trying to pick someone. Although, again, it might not work with people's budgets, and I totally understand that. I'm just going based off the best player to bring in. Next, I'm going to stick with Vlahovic. Still great fixtures coming up, and he's just so consistent, proving it every week. So I think if you don't have him in, still a good time to bring him in. Number 3, I'm going to go with Dybala. Juve still got good fixtures. Dybala was taking the penalties last game. He did miss one. It's yet to be determined whether that means he's off them or not. I don't think he'll be off them. Based on it seems like the next person to be taking them is Bonucci. It's going to be either Bonucci or Dybala. And I just think they're going to go pick an attacking player to take them over a defender, even if he just missed one. He's basically, since he's been on Juve, aside from when Ronaldo was on the team, Dybala has always been their taker. So I do think that Dybala is a good shout. Midfielder in fantasy, playing a striker role on penalties. I think that's a good call with the fixture run right now for Juventus. Okay, that's my number 3. Number 4 and 5 are both going to be Lazio players. I'd say for number 4, Milinkovic-Savic, very just consistent. Let's go to him right now. He's, I think, doing really well, only behind Pedro Anderson. And while they do have a little more, I think just Milinkovic-Savic is a little more reliable. If you want to save a little bit more money and go for one of these midfielders, I don't think that's a bad decision at all. I just know I'd have a little more peace of mind having Milinkovic-Savic in there. And lastly, I'm probably going to go with Hisai, to be truly honest with you. Or actually, yeah, I think I'd go with Hisai, to be truly honest with you, with the fixtures coming up. Great price. And as you can say, we're starting to get close to the point where getting Inter and Juve players wouldn't be as worth it. But this is just the start of Lazio's good fixture run. So I would say bringing Hisai, Acerbi, and these players would be a good buy. Just got to watch out for rotation. And we have 2 defenders that seemed that they would have made it more, especially Luis Felipe. you know he's going to end up in the lineup, so you don't want to take necessarily too much of a chance on someone. And I don't really know why he's out, if it's suspension or an injury, or how long he'd be coming back. If it's just a suspension, he's just out this week, then Luis Felipe would be a good option as well. But I'm going to stick with Hisai and say that is my top 5: Immobile, Vlahovic, Dybala, Milinkovic, Savic, and Hisai as my top 5 for this week. Let me know if you agree in the comments. Who else would you choose instead? And let me know what your team's looking like this week. I enjoy the dialogue in the comments, so let's keep that going. Anyway, take care for now.